Hello, one and all, and welcome to the Bog Frog Book Pod. As always, I am joined by one person, only a single host, because this is a mini episode, and that person is our good friend Jamuel, a man who is claiming to have shot 5 men, but is that the case, truly?
I don't know, but I can see so good. My eyes are perfect.
I see fucking good. I can see 100. I can see 100 fucking things in front of me.
I see so good. My eye good.
I can see that eagle up there. It's fucking bullshit. There's no eagle.
That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah, it's fucking probably the funniest thing ever.
It's good.
No fucking eagle.
We're talking about Clint Eastwood's Unforgiven, a movie he directed and starred in. My hero? He's not my hero, but I do like Clint Eastwood a lot.
Pretty dog shit.
Something we will be talking about in the future, actually, is my relationship and feelings about Clint Eastwood. But I look forward to that coming soon.
Interesting. Because we still have the movies to watch for.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder what one of my picks could be. Ooh.
He's a libertarian now.
Now? What do you mean now?
I just figured he was a fucking Republican.
No, I mean, as much as there is a difference, but yeah, he's been a libertarian for a long time. His politics are fascinating. He's a fascinating. We will talk about Clint Eastwood a lot.
We'll talk about it.
I have so many thoughts and opinions about Mr. Eastwood. But Unforgiven is 1992 film. Another entry in Clint Eastwood's revisionist Western oeuvre. I don't have a firm grasp on the term revisionist Western and what it means as a full context, because most of my exposure is through the Westerns that Clint Eastwood made that are called revisionist Westerns. I actually end up calling them something different. I call them his "What the fuck were we doing" movies. His movies where he's like, what the fuck was the cowboy? What was I doing as an actor in these movies? What was happening there, you know?
Yeah.
And so, High Plains Drifter, Bronco Billy, The Outlaw Named Josie Wales, Unforgiven, Pale Rider, those are all of the ones that are, people kind of group in as these, what the fuck were we doing movies. And I have seen most of those. I still haven't seen Bronco Billy or Pale Rider, but I've seen the rest of them.
You gotta watch American Sniper?
I'll probably do. I've seen... I think 8 of his movies at this point. 8 out of 40. I have a list of all of his movies. I'm working my way through it. It's a whole thing. I have to watch all the Dirty Harrys, which will be fun. He does the last Dirty Harry, if I remember correctly, is the one he directs. So I have to watch all the Dirty Harrys before it to get to that one. I'm gonna be real normal after that. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. God, Clint Eastwood's so cool. I love him. He's a good but Unforgiven is part of this thing, and Unforgiven is probably the saddest and the quietest of these movies, I think, because A High Plains Drifter, out of that batch that I just said that I've seen, is my favorite. I love High Plains Drifter. That's the fucked one, right? That's the really fucked up one. That one is that's I think his first Western. That I know for a fact that is his first Western he directed himself. And it feels angry in a real way. There's a real rage just in that movie at the world and at everything. And Clint is an upsetting figure in that movie. And that's just my favorite. Guy. He's a bad guy. But also kind of a good. He can't get into. I can't get into High Plains Drifter. There's so much on there.
I have a feeling we might be getting into it.
Yeah, maybe. And then there's a Outlaw Named Josie Wales, which I don't like as much as a lot of people do. My roommate loves that one. It's what Red Dead Redemption is ripping off, from my understanding. That's the one that it's because Josie Wales, he's a Civil War defector. Well, not even a defector, because what it is his family got killed by some Northerners. Northern Civil War mercenaries, I think, specifically. So he joins up with the Southerners, which, that's crazy. You just have to accept that.
Yes.
You just have to, take it as it comes to, kill that group of, mercenaries or whatever.
Oh, I've seen this.
You've seen Outlaw Named Josie Wales?
Yeah, as a kid.
Yeah. Great time.
I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, I think you would like it, if you watched it now.
I should rewatch it.
it's slower and like it doesn't do it for me quite as much as the other ones do. But it's good. And then there's Pale Rider. There's Bronco Billy, which I think is the outlier of this group that I've created, which is he is less a cow. He is not really playing like a cowboy with opinions on cowboyism. He's a show cowboy. Like he's playing a guy like a Billy the Kid type figure who like puts on shows and travels around the country, and it's like, and I find the idea of Clint Eastwood making a movie about a guy who pretends to be a cowboy for money just the most fascinating thing in the world. I just haven't seen it yet. I meant to watch it before this episode, but I just didn't have time. And then there's Pale Rider, where he's a priest, and it deals with like Clint Eastwood's like feelings on spirituality because he has like complicated feelings about all that. Then we have Unforgiven, where he is an old retired bounty hunter. Yes. He's William Mooney. That's his name, Mooney.
A real shitty guy.
Just a dog shit man who got married 10 years ago and loves his wife so much, but she's dead now. And he's trying to be better for his kids. I love these kids also. Like, these are great kid actors.
They're just like fucking goobers. They're just little fucking dudes.
I love that. I love the son. He's like, these fucking pigs.
This pig's fucking sick. It's like,
and Clint is like, watch your cussing, son.
Watch your fucking cussing. All right.
I love that. Yeah, like don't be talking like that.
I do. Before we get too deep, I do want to mention something because you mentioned it a little bit earlier. Just like Red Dead Redemption. It's one of those things where I'm like, I just can't bring myself to give a shit.
No, I played it as a teenager and I really disliked it because I don't like the way any of the guns feel. I don't like the way moving on a horse feels. I just don't like it.
I mean, the second game, I've heard from people I respect that it's like a super, super compelling story. But my issue is that it's connected to a game that I think looks deeply unfun to be in.
Yeah, and I find like the mission structure really unpleasant in that game because it's like that hyper choreographed, like you have to do what the game developer is thinking sort of thing. Otherwise,
fuck that.
I'm just not in for that sort of thing. That's not why I play games. I can't get into it, but I don't play games to be like a stage actor. I play games to like have fun. Like I don't like it.
I play games to enjoy my time, not to be in a setting that looks cool. But if I go through a window I shouldn't, I lose.
Yeah, like I really like the more on rails a game is, like I get like existential dread. Like it truly starts fucking me up in a way. I just don't like it.
I tried playing The Witcher 3 again, and for the third time I've just been like, no.
Nah, it seems like a waste of time.
I just looks cool, looks rad, looks deadly. I love the creatures, but I'm like, who has the time to play an immersive sim that doesn't know what it wants to be?
It's not an immersive sim. It's not a JRPG, but it's an RPG.
It wants to be an immersive sim.
Does it? I don't want to talk about The Witcher. I've decided no more Witcher. I want to talk about my fun cowboy movie. Fun.
Okay.
Okay. So William Money, used to be a terrible man, trying to be better because he loves his dead wife.
Some fucking kid comes on his property, fucking flinging a gun around.
So bad. Just the Schofield kid. He sucks so bad. He's like, hey, I heard you were the best.
I heard Clint Eastwood's like,
good. I don't know who told you that. I'm a simple hog farmer.
Simple hog farmer who just fell in the mud.
Oh, dude, he's so bad at hog farming.
He hates his hogs.
He's not good at it, but he's trying so hard.
Oh, yeah.
And then basically the kid tells him, okay, whatever. My uncle used to run with you. I'm going to go kill these two cowboys down in Big Whiskey. Is the town name. Kill these two cowboys in Big Whiskey because they cut up a sex worker there. Yes. They attacked her, messed up her face, and now everyone's like, well, she can't work because no one's going to pay. And so they're keeping her around as a help, like to clean tables and stuff. But even then, like, it's a problem. So all the other sex workers like put their money together, including like the madam is the one organizing it, you know?
Yeah.
And they put all the money together to try and get a cowboy, even though they don't have enough money for it, is the other thing.
Yes.
And also notable, the reason they do this is because the sheriff in town isn't going far enough, you know, like because he was gonna whip the boys at first, And then the guy who owns like the bar that they work in points out like, oh well, it's damage to property and that's a bigger offense and everything. And even the whipping, the gals were pissed about, obviously, because they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, 100%.
And so the sheriff is like, the sheriff played by Gene Hackman, the most intense man in the world, Little Bill, is like, all right. You're right. It is property damage. I'm not just going to beat these men to like an inch of their life. I'm not going to do that at all. And I'm just going to have them
get me some fucking horses.
Give us some horses. And that makes them even more angry because now they're not even being like physically punished. They're just getting goddamn horses.
Yes.
And so they put out the bounty. Like I said, kid goes to Clint Eastwood. That's what we call him. Yeah. And Clint kill. And Clint says, no. He's like, all right, see ya. And then as the kid rides away, 2 more pigs are sick. And Clint's like, I can't. He can't do it no more. He doesn't have the money to survive. He has to go back to killing the thing he's good at. So he goes to visit his good old friend Morgan Freeman.
Oh!
And it's good. Morgan Freeman has married a Native American woman.
Yes.
There is...
who he loves to cheat on.
An energy there.
Yeah.
She seems to hate his prior life.
Yes.
I skipped over one of the funniest and, I don't know, kind of sad scenes in the movie. Clint Eastwood not being able to get on the damn horse.
Oh, yeah! Is this failing to for the entire film?
Every time he has to get on the horse, except for the very end, which is notable.
Yes, it's very good.
It's weird how you can only... It's a whole thing. Also, he, does some target practice.
With a can.
His house. He, misses the can with his pistol. He goes
Papa
and gets his double barrel shotgun. Yeah, Papa used to shoot people? I love those fucking kids. Those kids rock.
Good! Fucking good, dude.
A little fucking sack dress they put the little girl in.
I love a sack. I love a kid in a sack. That's the funniest shit.
It's so good. But he goes to recruit his old partner, Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman's like, I don't kill no more. You don't kill no more. And he's like, yeah, but money. He's like, oh, well, money's a good point.
What if we killed for $1,000? And it's like, oh.
I do love, specifically, he talks to, because Morgan Freeman's like, I don't want to do this. And then Clint explains what's happened as he's been told. He's like, oh, her face was cut up. Her tits were cut up. Her arms, her fingers were cut off. Da-da-da-da-da. And Morgan Freeman's just like, Jesus.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck?
And Clint's like, I guess they have it coming, right?
Yeah. I mean, don't they?
I mean, truly, right? What the fuck? It's hard to feel much sympathy for them.
No, yeah, 100%. And I'm gonna put it out there. Yeah. Fucking seeing someone's dick and just going... It's the funniest shit.
Yeah, because that's why she gets cut up, is she giggled at the guy's tiny dick, and he took such offense, he took a straight razor to her,
Which, crazy thing to do.
Not good. I don't think you should do that.
No.
I think it's bad.
Just live with the hand you're dealt, I guess, or the penis you're dealt.
Just accept it. Oh my
God. I'm sorry the person you're paying to fuck you thinks your dick is small. All right, guys. All right.
Is this the part... Do they talk about jerking off before or after they meet up with the kid?
Before.
Yeah, so Morgan Freeman and Clint are going along and Morgan's like, don't you get lonely? And Clint's like, I don't really worry about it. It's fine. And Clint's like, what do you mean? He's like, it's not a problem. And Morgan Freeman's like, use your hand?
He's just like, I don't miss it. What really got me in that scene was Morgan Freeman was like, dude, can we please cheat on my wife? Please? I just want to cheat on my wife a little. Don't you do it? And he's like, no. It's like, what the fuck?
No, I'm chill, actually. I love my dead wife.
I love my dead wife! Fuck! I just love my dead wife!
So much.
That's of the entire fucking movie. This is not the bit where I cried, but there's a scene where he's talking to the woman who had her face cut up.
Oh my God, I'm just glad this is what got you, because this time around especially, it really got me.
It wasn't the scene that made me cry, but it did get me.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get to it.
Yes. Okay, we'll get to it.
Yeah. They meet up with the kid. Kid just shoots a bunch of goddamn shots at them, missing completely, and like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
Which is really funny.
Oh, when they're inspecting the gun, he's like, well, the barrel's not bent. Like, what the fuck? How did he miss us?
Shooting all over creation.
Shooting all over creation, yeah.
Fuck me.
So that's just when Morgan Freeman puts it together. The kid is, like, incredibly nearsighted. Like, he can't see for shit. And he tests him by pointing out, like, hey, you see that hawk up there? And the kid's like, of course I see that hawk. And he's like, no, you fucking don't, because there is no hawk.
Fucking hawk, dude.
And he's like, how blind are you? And he's like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not blind. He's like, you have to tell us. We're going to be riding together. Like, you are this might be an issue. When he's such a fucking, like, little piece of shit, he doesn't want to admit it.
Really funny. Really funny.
The kid is so funny. He sucks so bad. He's also in, like, nothing else after this movie.
Oh, bummer. He's really, really good in this movie.
Yeah, he's not in, like, anything after this, unfortunately.
Took his check and walked out. I get it. How it goes.
More like, well, let's be clear. He was in things. He was never in anything as close to as good as Unforgiven.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's the distinction. Like, he was never, like, he got work. He was in, like, some movie. He was in, like, some video games. I think he's, like, in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
What?
Yeah, it's like one of the Marvel characters whose name I can't remember.
He's good.
Like yeah, he got work. He just wasn't in anything big.
Fair.
It was not in another Oscar-winning movie, if you can believe it. But how many of us ever are, really? You know, think about that next time you want to be mean to a celebrity.
It's true. It's true. We cut to some English cunt.
English Bob. I love him so
English
much.
Bob.
The Duck of Death.
I would never shoot a queen. Never!
So English Bob's thing is he loves, 1, murdering. 2, he loves royalty. 3, he hates the president conceptually.
Yes.
And he's telling all these goddamn God-fearing Americans, he's like, yeah, I just think you should get a queen or a king, because if you got one of those, you're not going to shoot one. But, like, I love the line, he's like, well, why not shoot a president? It's like...
What a guy. What a fucking guy.
And English Bob has a little toady, a little guy, following him around, writing books based on the things that English Bob says.
Yes.
Which, because I recently started reading Heir to Mistborn again. It was making me think of Alamancer Jack.
Yeah! I was gonna say! Where any fucking real lawman is like, I fucking hate Alamancer Jack.
I hate He's full of horse shit. I met him once and he sucks.
Yeah, I do. God, I fucking love that bit in the movie where he really is just like, fucking hate Alamancer Jack so fucking much.
It's good. But yeah, English Bob, he wanders into Big Whiskey. He's gonna take down these 2 cowboys. Except, oops, Little Bill, that's his name? Yeah, Little Bill, knows English Bob. They used to hang out together back in the the bad old days.
Yes.
And immediately, this is the thing I noticed this watch through, right? Little Bill acts as if he's the real stuff, right? Like that he's the real fighter. And like he's telling the truth. And he's talking all these truths about gunfighting and murdering and killing. Notice that Little Bill, every confrontation has 5 guys behind him. Is
it exactly 5?
It's not 5 exactly, but like he always has his deputies outnumbering whoever he's going up against. Like it's never just mano-a-mano sort of thing. Which I thought was interesting. I was really focused in on that this watch through.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, it was one of the things where I was like, oh, interesting. Because the thing is, Little Bill's as full of shit as everyone else.
Yes, except for Clint Eastwood.
Except for Clint Eastwood, who is not full of shit and is burdened. who does live that lifestyle and hates it.
Because maybe it's not cool when your entire life and identity is built around having been a man so awful that you are, like, outlawed in numerous states.
Maybe
like, blowing up a dam.
Yeah, killing women and children.
Yeah.
Maybe
God.
being only good at murder is bad, says Clint Eastwood boldly.
Man, what a hot take. It really makes you think, what if this was a bad... What if this sucked, actually?
Anyways, English Bob is thrown into the jail.
After his ass is kicked.
Oh my god, he gets like kicked all over the mud. I feel so bad. That's such a brutal thing that little Bob does to him.
Yes.
Little Bill. God, he's never gonna have it.
Come on!
I hear Little Bill and I think of like the cartoon
Sitting
children
on Capitol Hill. Did you never seen that cartoon?
No, I know I've seen that one. I'm sorry, I was taking a sip of coffee.
Oh.
I realized like halfway through the last recording that I was very tired and I had my lovely partner bring me some coffee.
I should get some tea after this.
Yeah, it's good for you. Anyways, Ryder boy, his little toady. He's pissing himself. Basically gets seduced by Little Bill's stories and truths that he's telling about English Bob. He's like, nah, English Bob never did that. He did this. I love the story he tells about Two Gun whatever as fuck. I can't remember, Two Gun John or whatever, where he's like, no, they didn't call him Two Gun John because he had two guns. It's because his dick was so long.
Yeah.
This shit killed me.
He looked like another barrel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good bit. It's such a good bit.
So there's all this stuff, and this is like where like a lot of the themes come into focus of like what's real, like yes. What's real, and what do we benefit from, like, because if Clint Eastwood the man, if we're thinking about this autobiographically, if Clint Eastwood the man is placed as any of these characters, he's the author. He's the little toady telling these tales, inspiring people to kill. Like, isn't that interesting? Schematically.
Yes. That's 100% super intentional, is that this guy could have easily died at any point, but didn't, because his whole role is to be a little fucking rat going around telling gun stories.
Yeah. He's just a little toady.
It's like, man, I should write Good, the Bad, and the Ugly after this, shouldn't I?
And skipping ahead to the big confrontation when Clint kills all those guys, he immediately tries to hop onto Clint, and Clint just I'm gonna fucking kill you if you don't leave.
Yes,
he sees the biggest, baddest guy. He's like, oh well, this guy I gotta follow, and he, when confronted with reality, is rejected by it.
Yes, it's like, fuck off, please.
Yeah. So they go into town eventually. Clint Eastwood and the boy, and Morgan Freeman. I almost called him Morgan Freeman. Morgan. Anyways, Morgan Freeman.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Our friend Will gets his ass kicked because he is so sick.
Yeah. Clint ain't doing good. He's so what happens is
fevered.
The other two go up to enjoy some of the women, and he's sitting down. He's not drinking because he doesn't drink no more. But he's got a fever. He's not doing well. And the sheriff comes by because he heard that some rascals with guns were in town, and nobody's allowed to have guns except for him.
Yes.
So they kick the shit out of Clint Eastwood, and his two buddies run the hell away.
Yes, they absolutely do.
And they retreat. Clint Eastwood literally has to crawl out of the bar, which is so upsetting. He crawls into the mud. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's doing bad.
It's so upsetting. I don't like it. Things happen. They kill the cowboy. The town is on... Well, they kill one of the cowboys.
They do. After Clint recovers and has that...
This is that scene. Yes,
yeah,
thank you.
Really beautiful scene where he's like, I'm sorry you don't look like me. I'm ugly and broken.
I love... Yeah, he's because so the gal gets cut up, offers herself up to him, and then says, oh no, I wasn't offering me, I was offering one of the other girls. She obviously feels really insecure about how she looks now and her wounds. And Clint picks up on this and he says, oh no, I didn't mean nothing by it. You're not ugly like I am. We just both have scars. And I'm just like, oh my god, Clint.
It's really beautiful. It's
oh my god, it hit me like a pound of bricks watching this time. And not even emotionally, it just was like, damn.
I mean, it hit me emotionally. I was really fucking feeling. I was like, like, oh god, human connection through suffering. Fuck me.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
and he talks about his wife, but he doesn't mention she's dead. You know, like he keeps that to himself.
Yeah,
Like,
because he just wants to be happy again. And he really, you can see it. He really considered. He's like, oh, should I? And he's like, no,
I'm not going to do
no.
it. And yeah, then she goes off, and that's when they kill the one cowboy. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
then,
the first one to get the water, and it's really upsetting.
oh yeah, they shoot the guy, and he crawls away, and then he's just begging for water, and Clint's like, "Give him the damn water. We're not going to shoot you." I love that.
Really
And like, and this is what's important here is Morgan Freeman tries to take the shot and can't do it. He just can't bring himself to do it. And the kid can't see well enough to even try. You know, so Clint has to be the one to do it, and Morgan Freeman's freaking out. Clint, though, he just does it. You know. Like, he doesn't seem happy about it. He's upset that the guy isn't getting his water, but like Morgan is like full on collapsing.
Definitely sad about that water.
Yeah, he's like, give him the, you know, it's like this sort of thing. Like, you gotta give him his respect. Like, come on, I'm not gonna deprive him of that.
Yeah,
which is good. It's good. They go back to where they were. The town gets upset. Morgan Freeman leaves. He's like, I can't do this. And Clint's like, don't worry, you'll still get your share. I'm not gonna cut you out. Morgan Freeman leaves his rifle. Town catches him while Clint is hunting the other cowboy. And the kid shoots the guy 5 times in the outhouse.
So many times.
While Clint murders the hell out of the rest of them. It's good.
Not really. They're still alive near the... No, he shoots
gets like one guy, yeah.
Yes.
Because a lot of the deputies do survive that.
Yes.
Not the next time, though.
No.
And so they're talking...
Sorry. After that scene is the part that made me cry.
Oh, where the kid is talking?
Yeah, he just can't handle the fact that he killed somebody. And he's like very obviously he was lying, but then just him saying it's like... that he... There's just something about someone going through... processing they've done something they can never come back from. And just it's so visible on his face, and Clint just doesn't know what to do for him, so he just does what he did himself at the beginning, which is drink. And I'm like, oh fuck! It really got me.
It's so good. Because like you said, Clint doesn't know how to help him. Because like,
except for that, except to drink, and I'm like, oh. Man.
And I love the kid. He's like, I don't know, I'm not killing anymore. I'm not doing that. Like, he just immediately spits it out. And Clint's like, well, what about your glasses? Like, what about, like, the things that this was going to get you? And he's like, I don't need them. It's not worth it. Like, this isn't worth it. I love, this is also the scene where, I think it says, like, killing's a nasty thing. It's a terrible thing. It takes everything from a man, everything that a man would have had. Something like that.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Like, that shit's so good. I love... Oh, it's good.
And then one of the sex workers rides up and
gives them the payment. Yeah.
And is like, your buddy's dead. And he was like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, like, he left. What are you talking about? And they're like, no, they have him. What?
He's right there. I saw him.
And so the kid leaves. And Clint, though, he's gotta save his guy.
But there's that really great scene where she's looking at him like crying because she just is like, "Oh my god, you're evil."
Yeah, this isn't gonna end well because like he takes the bottle and he starts drinking. Like he hasn't drank at all this movie, you know, and he starts drinking because he's about to start killing. He's about to rampage this town. It was
really getting me. Just seeing the kid's expression like slowly fall more and more.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh no.
Like, a storm is coming. Like, this is not good.
Yes.
And so he goes into town. He goes into the bar where they all are.
Oh, yeah.
And he fucking wipes the floor with them. He just obliterates every last man with a gun in there. Blows away the bar owner with a shotgun. Like...
It's great.
It's good.
Even after the gun misfires.
Yeah, like... That's the thing, he shoots one barrel at the guy, and then he's got his shotgun loaded at the sheriff, and he pulls the trigger, and he misfires. The sheriff's like, this is... Because he had been talking earlier, you know, that, like, a misfire, anything can go wrong, and, like, that's how you win, it's by something going on for the other guy. You don't have to be the faster shot. Unfortunately, Clint is the faster shot. And so just pulls out his revolver and puts down every other man in that bar, including the sheriff.
The sheriff, who sucks and I hate.
He sucks. Gene Hackman, he's killing it. Just an evil man in this.
Yeah, because ultimately, no matter how he tries to portray himself, he's still a small man trying to maintain the status quo of this city, which is these women are objects, and as long as they're still alive, who gives a fuck what they look like and what happened to them?
Yeah, he's a vile human.
Made me mad, made me angry.
Especially because he does all, like you said, he does all the talking. He talks about justice and all this stuff, and it's obvious that he's just the man with the gun, and he's allowed to kill who he wants, and that's all that matters to him. And he also doesn't really care that much about what harm comes to the people of his town, as long as there's order. He doesn't care about them as people.
It's a bummer.
It's a bummer. I wonder what Clint thinks about systems of control.
Man, maybe Clint has some ideas.
That's the thing about Clint Eastwood. He's a thinker.
Yeah,
he's got opinions.
You like this movie?
Oh, I love it.
How do you feel about it in comparison to Sorcerer?
I like it more than Sorcerer.
Yeah, okay.
But this is, to be fair, again, I am predisposed to like Clint Eastwood. Before we talk about this kind of wrap-up stuff, I want to say, kills every damn guy in there. Lets out all the people. And I love the scene where he's the storm is going on outside. He peeks out and he's like, if you point a damn gun at me, I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna kill your wife. I'll kill your kids, and I'll burn down your house.
Kill your friends.
It's yeah. In this moment, you're like, yeah, he'll probably do that.
Probably. He's in a bad way right now.
He's death incarnate. I mean, I don't think there's a coincidence that he rides a pale horse.
No.
It's
a great metaphor. Yes.
Yeah. And then so he walks out into the storm, and there's two guys who have a chance to take a shot at him. One holds up the gun. Is like, I'm not fucking doing it.
No, fuck that,
buddy. Is like, I'm not doing it.
And then the fucking yuppie writer's like, whoa, let me take a look.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta look at him. And he gets on his horse the first time. I think maybe he did it before, but he gets on the horse with no problem. He just hops right on and he rides away. And it's like,
and there's a little scrawl, and then it's over.
Yeah, a little epilogue where he took his kids, and the gal, the sex worker, came to him, and they may have gone to San Francisco, or who knows.
I didn't catch the sex worker come to him?
Yes, I believe that's the woman that's mentioned in the epilogue, is that she hunts him down, and they live together.
Oh, I thought it was just mentioning the mother.
No, I think that's the end of it. Am I wrong? Closing title card says that Will's mother-in-law found the farm abandoned. Will possibly... Oh, no, okay, I am misremembering. It's the mother hunts him down is what it is, yes.
Yes. Oh, man, I was like, oh, is that an ending I want?
No. And yeah, it's specifically because the title, the opening crawl of this is the mother... an excerpt from a book, and a mother is talking about,
Yes.
Why did her daughter have to marry William Money, one of the most bloodthirsty evil men on the planet? And then at the end, she visits the homestead and then sees the grave that he left for her, but he's not there. She gets no answers. Just doesn't know what happened.
I just want the sex worker to be happy. I feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
It's making me feel things.
It's good, but yeah, I love this movie. It's just an amazing one of the Clint's best movies.
May have broke my top 10 for the year. I'm really, really thinking about it.
It's amazing. I really love it. I liked it a lot more on this watch through as well, because the first time I saw it, I liked it a lot, but it didn't quite it didn't fall into place for me. There were things that I didn't quite pick up on, and there's little things where I liked it, but it didn't feel cohesive enough. This time I was like, this is a perfect movie. Clint Eastwood, what a son of a bitch. And yeah, I love this fucking film. I don't think there's anything else worth talking about. But I can't think of anything. Can you think of anything?
No, I don't know. I just think it's really good.
And unlike Sorcerer, this movie made more money than God.
So much money.
So much money. Just a huge success. Probably one of his most successful films as a director. I don't know exactly what his box office returns are on all of his stuff, but he did damn well, that's for sure. Good for Clint, a little indie director.
Good for Clint.
A little indie director. That's the show. So, what are we doing? Where are we? What's the show?
Who fucking knows?
You can email us.
Wait, no.
Oh,
you have to reveal movies.
Are we revealing it on air?
I thought we were.
Oh. Well, Seth isn't here, and we don't have his movies.
Fair enough. We'll just text each other in a sec.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, fuck you guys, actually.
Yeah, fuck you.
We hate the listener!
I don't hate the listener. You're my only friend. Yeah.
Some fucking friends you have.
Yeah, they suck. Email us at bogfrogbookpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Blue Sky, bogfrogbookpod. Check out our sister show, Covered in Worms. It's fun. It's a good show. We're reading the Worm Parahumans web serial. It's good. We're almost halfway? No, not at all. I was going to say halfway, but I'm misremembering. Yeah, it's good. Whatever. The show's over. Bye.
Nice.